a lot of people ain't gonna understand you because who you are and what you represent. When you have your own identity, and I've talked about this many times about having your own identity, a lot of people are gonna look at you and it's sort of like you low key famous. Now, when we talk about being famous, we talk about people that are, on TV, right? That's most people when they look at people who are famous, right? But I'm not talking about that, right? You talk about people that come out of nowhere, and a lot of people always misunderstand that. Okay, you know what? These people that you see on TV, even social media stars, right? In some cases, now they're actually much more. They come with people are seeking and looking at social media, like people that are stars, right? They looking at them like, yo, that that's the best thing ever, and which is not a problem, but they'll look at these people like, for example, these singers, actresses, these actors, models, whatever, you know what I mean? And they're just like, okay, they're just like everyday people. And believe me, I understand because I work with these people. And it's like when you hear them conversate and it's just like regular people, it's like, oh shit. I mean, excuse my language though, but I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's how I mean, I'm not perfect, y'all. You know what I mean? But I'm like, oh, it's just like regular people. Or was it last week? I was just working with someone. She's on TV all the time. We standing right here and we having a conversation. We laughing. It's just like a regular person, you know what I mean? And she's looking at me trying to figure me out. You know what I mean? And then I realized I ain't tell her everything what I do, because it ain't her business, and nor that I don't want everybody knowing what I do because it's like, but she hearing my conversation, she's like, dang, there's something about you, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I bet you it is something about me. But where I'm going with this is this: when you're different, embrace it. Embrace being different because you having your identity, that's what this is all about. But before I get into it, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And today we're going to talk about, right? I didn't even write this down or anything. Embrace being different. You being different, it's an aura that you can't deny. It's God's gift. God is giving you something that nobody can give you, especially men. Man, whatever, right? Listen, we're at a time now where, especially in this time, most people are really they're woke. They're seeing things for what it is, and it's best for you to get on your purpose, know who you are as a person, get into what you see yourself and what you love to do, because nobody's gonna bless you with anything but the best, but the man above, God. Whatever you believe in, your higher power, whatever you believe in, right? But I use God, Jesus Christ, right? Because, in this time that we living in now, you seeing a lot of people are coming and going. A lot of people, you see what's going on with social media, with all these stars, they're getting caught up. And a lot, around that time, people, they fell into, you know, selling their souls. Selling their souls to people that they thought that, hey, these people could really change their lives. And in all actuality, they were just playing around with them. They were just using them. They were just doing things to them. I'm like, yo. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. At this point in my life right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a multimillionaire. You know, but I would not, and I believe, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, would not sell my soul. Me being the person that I am now, and me being the person that, that's true to myself, I'm very different. I'm very different, and also I catch on to things. I catch on to things, and I want to say I could read people, but I understand. So any type of funny thing, any type of anything, I'll catch on quick. But where I'm going with this is this: I I'm like this because I know who I am. I have I have an identity. Nobody can play with me. And you ought to be the same way too. And for me to be this way, I accepted who I am. I know the gifts that I have. An example, what I'm doing now. But a lot of people, especially people that are closest to you, they want you to sell your soul. They want you to, you know, they want you to, kneel down and acknowledge them and be just like everyone else. But understand that not a lot of people are going to like you because you won't acknowledge them. A lot of people see that, hey, when you get around in the room and you're a bunch of random people, you light the room up. It don't take much for you to talk or say anything for people to really wonder, who is that guy? Who is that female? It's something about them that's just so different. You coming up, you be in a room with a full of people, like let's say 200, 300, 1,000 people, and you have people turning their heads. Every time you turn around, you see somebody just glazing at you, just staring like, and then when you turn your head and look at them, they're just wondering. And that's the thing, when you're different, your light is so bright. When you're going in a room and there's a bunch of people just conversating and they're just talking, you know it's fake. Like, think about it. How you get in a room with a full of people? And this is something this is why I'm so different. And people wondering why I am. How you get in a room with a full of people? Let's say it's 500 people. You're just talking to everybody in the room. Not saying that you can't conversate with nobody. But let's say you had to go to work, you're going to an event, and you work in the field that I'm working in, right? In the entertainment field. And everybody's doing the same thing with you. You're working, cool. And not realizing that you're in competition with everybody, you're cool with them, you know it's fake. It's fake. It ain't real. And this is one of the reasons why when I get around certain places, I just don't conversate with just anybody. I fill the room out. I conversate. I'm chill. Whoever I need to get to, whoever is in charge, I'll come and talk to them. But I always find a place with a corner, and I just stay there. And don't get me wrong, it's all about networking. I get it. But you cannot network with people with full of 1,500 people that's only one people that they want. And even if everybody's doing it, that doesn't mean that they're your friends. But it always takes that one person that's different. And you're not all up in everybody's face. Because guess what? Everybody's not your friend. So when you're different, everybody's trying to fill you out. Everybody's trying to focus on you. Everybody's trying to understand, like, yo, why are you like this? Why, you think you're better than us? You're this, you're that. But guess what? When you focus on yourself, the right people will come around you. It'll just flow. It was one person that I was real cool. He was one cool guy I was talking to. We was real cool. We was working together, right? He was looking for a place to sit down and everything. And you see this dude, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You might have seen this dude on TV. I'm not trying to make it look like I'm bigger than I am, bro. I'm just being honest with you. This dude, he just came out of nowhere. Oh, yeah. And believe me, everybody's not your friend. This is one of the reasons why I could have these conversations. We sat there, had a conversation, boom, boom, boom. And we were just chilling, like, waiting for our time to come up and just do what we were supposed to do. This one guy came around. He's at everybody's face, everybody's conversation. Think he's cool. Not realizing that, some people we come across, we're talking, we just looking at, we all look at him. Don't mind you, people are talking like, this dude is weird. This dude is weird. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm looking at him like, what's up with him? You know what I mean? But I ain't saying anything. But can you imagine those same people that's saying that he's weird are the same people conversating with him? Right? And I'm not saying that, hey, they ain't talking behind my back, but let's say me. You have your own light. You You focus, you mind your business. Nobody can't talk junk about you. And if they are talking junk about you, what can they say? Obviously, got some type of envy, jealousy, whatever, right? But where I'm going with this is this: when you're different, you get more respect. Of course, you know what I mean. You're light. You know what I mean. People can't deny it. People want to be around you. It could be good. It could be bad. But guess what? You focus on yourself. You know where you're going. You know what you're about. You ain't worried about nobody. You'll attract the right people. The right people want to be around you. And they see that you're different. You're humble. And that's what it's all about. So if this video resonate with you, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.